HTC is looking to leap forward in smartphone photography, and it starts with this, the HTC Desire Eye. Hey, it's Josh Vigard from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And here is your first look at the new HTC Desire Eye. Despite bearing the Desire name, the HTC Desire Eye actually has quite a few flagship tendencies. You can already see the boom sound speakers up front, which will provide that signature HTC sound, and underneath is the Snapdragon 801 for all the power you need for HTC Sense to run smoothly. Here on the side, you're going to see this two-tone unibody coloring that actually includes a dedicated camera button, so you can really see that HTC is trying to up the ante when it comes to smartphone photography. As far as the look goes, this two-tone unibody is actually also waterproof, which is a big deal because you'll be able to do a lot with this phone and it will come back wanting more, even if it takes a dive, a plunge, or a spill. Here on the back we have the plastic, and it does slip around quite well in the hand and also gets a little bit smudgy, but as far as the looks and aesthetics go, this is pretty much one of the trendiest phones that HTC has put out, and it doesn't feel that bad in the hand with a 5.2-inch screen that is still not too hard to maneuver with one hand. But we're going to go ahead and get into the camera portion. The rear-facing camera is a 13-megapixel shooter with a f2.0 aperture and 28mm in its focal length. But the real story here is the fact that on the front, it is actually a very similar package. It also comes in at 13 megapixels, but this time has a f2.2 aperture and a 22mm focal length. But no matter how you slice it, having the same power on the front as you do on the rear is a big deal. And for anybody that is looking to up their selfie game, this is going to be a very good tool for them because you will not only be able to get great shots using the rear camera, but you'll get the same quality from the front camera. We do have some examples coming up in a little bit, and we'll show you how the front-facing camera has the same capabilities as the rear in both video and photo. The HTC Eye Experience, which is what the camera app will be called, brings back a lot of features from the Desire A20, including things like the face fusion, the photo strip, and live makeup, but you also now get a feature called Crop Me In, which will basically cut you out of a photo and then allow you to take that and put it onto any other photos later on. But then the face detection in the camera app has also been improved so that you can take full advantage of the 13-megapixel front-facing camera for things like video calls and for apps like Skype. HTC was gracious enough to send Darcy out with the phone in order to get some pretty incredible shots. These are with the rear-facing camera with some wonderful panoramic views of New York City. And after that, he was of course able to take some selfies and have some fun with a couple of the modes that are available inside of the camera, in particular the dual view that will allow you to use both cameras simultaneously in order to get a nice shot. And finally, the selfie that I took for the purposes of this video. And so there you have it for this first look at the HTC Desire Eye. Now once again, we will say it does bear the Desire name, but it has us excited the way that we would be for a flagship. Not only does it have the power underneath in order for you to get everything you need done, but it is also waterproof. And then we have the camera experience, which brings a great rear-facing camera to the front and provides a great selfie experience if you really need it. And 13 megapixels will provide you a lot if you do. So keep it tuned to Android Authority for all of the best coverage, and for our future coverage of the HTC Desire Eye, we're going to put those two cameras to good use and not only take a look at their photo and video capabilities, but also see how they stack up against some of the best. After all, we're looking at a great package here optically, and we're going to see how it stacks up not only to its flagship brethren, the One M8, but also to the other smartphones in the game. So keep it tuned here, drop us some likes, subscribe if you haven't already, and remember that AndroidAuthority.com is your source for all things Android.